This month in the Flower Revolution, we'll be working with the bee balm. This is the first time that any flower has ever repeated itself within the Flower Revolution program. We featured this flower about 5 years ago, which I find really interesting because it was never my goal to repeat a flower ever. And this one just came up very, very strongly for this month as being really beneficial and necessary for our collective. Bee balm is in our collection of 250, some 300 flower essences. Bee balm is what I consider to be one of the best flower essences for unearthing, dissolving, softening old traumas that are stored in the cellular memory of the body. So these could be things from birth, from being in the womb, from childhood, from a car accident last year, to things that are currently happening in today's day and age. So they could be things that you, mosquito in here. They could be things that you're aware of or things that you're totally unaware of. They could be things you don't even remember. There could be memory gaps that suddenly come back to you and you're able to remember things from your childhood that created some sort of distress or that would have you keeping some sort of emotional patterns up to today because of those particular cellular memories. Bee balm is such a cool looking flower. I'm sure as you've seen, it's like this kind of alien-like pagoda flower. It's a wildflower and it's used for many medicinal purposes. I found it one year just sprouting up in the backyard and it was really wild. And was so grateful to find it because it was the first flower that really made a huge dent in situations like PTSD or any kind of past trauma. Have used this flower essence with many different kinds of situations like car accidents, even sexual abuse, or people who've been in the military and experienced a lot of violence. Any sort of thing that would be jarring or traumatic for the nervous system that sort of gets like stuck or blocked into the nervous system or the cellular memories in the cells, this can be released. So why bee balm now? I'm not sure actually, but my guess is that that many people around the world are experiencing 2021 as a really interesting year, both on the personal individual level as well as the collective. So personally individual, I've just heard a lot of people sharing that this has been a very hard year for them and that they've had to face certain like very core issues or core wounding in a very unexpected way. So, things have come up from very deep inside them to deal with, or situations in their life have changed to such a degree that it triggers all kinds of old patterning or old traumas. And then there's the whole collective, right? We're undergoing a sort of mass there are just a lot of changes globally. Let's just put it that way. That's really affecting us individually and collectively as well in many ways. So right now, apparently, is a time to work with change and transition, to be able to let go of despair and heartbreak and panic and frantic and all of those things that would have our nervous system just like go on overdrive constantly. And remembering also that flower essences can help things come up to come out. And so oftentimes it's possible that we'll experience a healing crisis, nothing that we can't handle, always what we can handle. But you may experience some sort of release from your nervous system or an amplification of the imbalanced state as it's moving up to come out. And of course, we can always be grateful that, our systems know the divine timing when we're ready to see a particular issue. It could be that 1 year goes by, 10 years, 23, 40, 50 years go by before some piece of us unearths itself to be seen. That's normal. And you can fully trust in the capacity for the bee balm elixir to pull up any pieces that you're ready to see, if any, at all. Otherwise, you may just notice that you feel calmer, more spacious, more at ease. If you're really just feeling that beautiful balanced state, more acceptance with any sort of change and transition. Lightheartedness, a sense of hope, and compassion, which is really, really important for oneself. If you experience any sort of healing crisis, or you are experiencing an amplification of sensation in your body, the number one antidote or practice would be compassion, and allowing any parts and pieces of yourself that are experiencing that intensity to be heard and acknowledged by you, and for you to be able to apply compassion, understanding, tenderness, or you could call it loving presence to whatever arises, without need to fix it or change it or solve it, really just paying attention in a very loving way and acknowledging that it is coming up to come out. You may also want to employ certain types of movement or massage or myofascial release, or do things that are fun for you or fun for your inner child, that are soothing to your nervous system. So, question for this week as we introduce ourselves into the world of bee balm. Is anything being triggered in your system right now that could tie back to some sort of past experience or current experience? What's up? What's up for you right now?